They tried to erase it. But fate had other plans. There's a reason you've been feeling a strange pull lately, Capricorn. A gut feeling. A silent knowing that something was buried, and is finally rising to the surface. It's not your imagination. It's not wishful thinking. What they tried to hide legally, spiritually, energetically is now breaking through the surface. And it was always meant for you. This isn't just about paperwork or a court case. This is a sacred revelation. A long-forgotten agreement, a stolen inheritance, an old injustice that someone thought would never be found again, but the universe remembers. And Saturn, your ruling planet, never forgets a promise. Capricorn, you've walked through years of silence. You've played by the rules. You've carried the weight with dignity while others whispered behind closed doors, signed documents you never saw, or made decisions that should have been yours to begin with. But now, something is shifting. And not just in your external world, but deep in the cosmic structure of truth, time, and legacy. Because this time, the truth isn't just coming. It's forcing its way through. The karmic seal is breaking. And what was hidden even from you is finally returning. In this video, I'm going to reveal who has been working behind the scenes to keep this truth buried. What the legal message actually means in your astrological chart. Why now and not years ago is the exact moment this justice must arrive. And how to prepare for the emotional, financial, and spiritual shift it brings. Capricorn, this is not a small correction. This is the recalibration of power. And it begins with the very truth they tried to bury. Type in the comments, "Justice delayed is justice doubled." Subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed if you feel it already unfolding. Because what's coming next is the part they never wanted you to see. Part 1, the secret they buried, but the universe remembered. Capricorn, there's something in your past or your family's past that was never meant to be hidden. A contract, a clause, a will, maybe a financial decision made without your knowledge. Maybe a conversation that happened in whispers, behind closed doors. You didn't have access to the room, but you felt the consequences echo through your life. And yet, you said nothing. Because that's what Capricorn does. You don't scream. You observe. You don't beg for what's yours. You wait until the truth has no choice but to come forward. And now, that time has arrived. There was a reason you felt out of alignment lately. Like you've been putting in all the work, showing up, holding it together, and still, something felt blocked. As if a piece of the puzzle was deliberately withheld. Something that was supposed to bring stability, recognition, or financial peace, but never quite reached your hands. You've been standing at the edge of a door they locked. But what they didn't count on is that the universe had a spare key. In your astrological chart, Capricorn rules the 10th house, the house of legacy, public life, status, and structures. Saturn, your ruler, is the planet of time, law, and divine order. When Saturn moves, truth moves. And in this season, Saturn is activating what was denied. This secret may not be obvious on the surface. It could show up as a lawyer calling you unexpectedly, or a document resurfacing that changes your financial picture. It might be someone admitting something they hid for years. Or it could come through a dream, a sign, a conversation that finally connects the dots. What matters is this. The universe didn't forget. It was never lost, only delayed. And when the truth comes back around under Saturn's hand, it always brings interest. You may soon find that something you thought was long gone, a property, a business opportunity, even an apology wrapped in legal clarity, suddenly becomes available again. And it won't be by chance. It will be by cosmic correction. They buried it to protect themselves. But what they didn't realize is that truth has roots. And like anything planted, it eventually rises, especially when it was never meant to be hidden. Life lesson from this part. The truth doesn't disappear. It waits patiently for the moment you're strong enough to hold it and wise enough to use it. Part 2, a legal revelation, was always in motion. Capricorn, what if I told you that this moment, this revelation, didn't just begin yesterday? What if this legal shift, the message, the opening, the justice now rising in your life, has always been in motion, quietly orbiting your destiny? From the outside, it may look sudden. But to the universe, this was a carefully timed delivery. You see, in the cosmic architecture of time, nothing is random for a Capricorn. You were born under Saturn's watch, the planet of divine order, karma, and legacy. So even when people tried to lock doors, delay paperwork, manipulate outcomes, or pretend you weren't owed anything, Saturn was still recording. This legal revelation, whether it's a lawsuit, an inheritance, a cleared debt, or a long overdue decision, is not just about the document. It's about alignment. The alignment of what's right with what's real. The legal message may come from a lawyer, judge, mediator, or advisor. A family member who finally confesses or corrects a hidden truth. An email, a letter, or a signed contract delayed for months or even years. A government or financial institution correcting an error but calling it a coincidence. But for you, it will not feel random. It will feel like confirmation. That feeling you had that something was off, that something was being withheld, will suddenly have a face. A name. A date. The vague sense of injustice will turn into a clear legal fact. And here's what makes it so powerful. You didn't chase it. You didn't manipulate it. You held your ground and let the universe work in silence. You see, Capricorn, justice that is rushed can fall apart. But justice that is prepared, seasoned, and aligned with divine timing becomes unbreakable. This is that kind of justice. A karmic settlement. A legal truth sealed in spirit long before it was written on paper. That's why this message is not just news, it's a revelation. Because it uncovers the deeper reality. You were always right to trust your intuition. You were always meant to receive what was taken. You were never forgotten by the higher order of things. Life lesson from this part. When you act with integrity, the law of the universe becomes your silent witness. And one day, it speaks on your behalf. Part 3: How they tried to block your destiny. Capricorn, if this message is reaching you now, it's not by accident. Because someone, somewhere, tried very hard to make sure it never did. And the most painful part? In many cases, this wasn't an enemy. It was someone who once smiled at you, lived with you, worked beside you, shared blood, or business, or trust. They saw your power. They watched your ability to build, lead, endure in silence. And instead of celebrating it, they feared it. So they did what those in fear often do, they hid what could have been yours. Maybe it was a delayed signature on a will, a clause added quietly to a contract, a meeting you were never invited to, or documents kept in a drawer you were never allowed to open. And perhaps, you told yourself, maybe it's just timing, maybe I'm overthinking, maybe this is how things go for people like me. But deep inside, you knew that something wasn't right, that you weren't imagining it, that your life felt off track, like a train meant for success but forced to reroute because someone else flipped the switch. This is how they blocked you, not by force, but by omission, not by loud betrayal, but by silent exclusion. And for Capricorn, the sign of order, of rightful structure, this type of injustice cuts deep. Because your soul doesn't crave chaos or drama. You crave what is earned. So when that's denied, it's not just unfair. It's a spiritual violation. But here's the truth they never understood. You don't need revenge. You need alignment. And that's exactly what's happening now. Because when the truth rises, it doesn't ask permission. When a revelation is due, no gatekeeper can stop it. When your destiny is calling, no amount of delay, fear, or manipulation can block what is already yours. They tried to bury the door. But they forgot, Capricorn was born with the key. Life lesson from this part. Those who fear your rise will always try to distract you. But truth doesn't need to shout, it waits, until it becomes undeniable. Part 4: Why your intuition was right all along. Capricorn, let's pause for a moment, not in fear, but in recognition. You've always known something didn't add up. You couldn't explain it fully. You didn't have the documents, the confession, or the proof. But what you did have was a feeling. A heaviness in the pit of your stomach. A voice in your chest whispering, this isn't the whole story. Nights when your mind raced without answers. Dreams that repeated strange symbols, old homes, signed papers, someone watching from a distance. And the world told you to brush it off. That you were overthinking. That it was in the past. That maybe it wasn't meant to be. But Capricorn, your intuition was never broken. It was silenced. Silenced by duty, by pressure, by the survival instinct you've perfected, the one that says, just keep going. Don't make a scene. Swallow the doubt. Prove your worth through work. But here's what no one told you. Your inner knowing was never meant to be ignored. It was your spirit's way of recording a truth the world tried to hide. Capricorn's intuition is not like other signs. It's not loud. It's ancient. It's rooted in earth and time, the kind of knowing that spans lifetimes, not just moments. So when your stomach twisted each time you saw a certain signature, or when you felt uneasy around someone with a calm smile, or when your body tensed when a topic was mentioned and then quickly avoided, that wasn't imagination. That was cosmic memory. And now, as the legal revelation begins to rise, everything you felt but couldn't explain is being proven accurate. You're not just about to receive legal clarity. You're about to experience spiritual vindication. Because the universe is not just exposing documents. It's validating your energy. And that is something no courtroom could ever deliver. Life lesson from this part. Your intuition isn't meant to predict the future. It's meant to protect your soul until the truth can finally arrive. Part 5. The ally spirit placed in your path. Capricorn, the universe never meant for you to face this alone. You've done the hard part. You carried the silence. You endured the delay. You questioned yourself in the darkness. But now, someone is being sent. Not everyone around you is part of the problem. There is one, perhaps already near, perhaps just arriving, who has been divinely placed in your path to help unlock what was buried. This isn't just a person. This is an ally of fate. You may recognize them by their initials, perhaps J or G. A sense of instant familiarity, as if your soul already knew them. A quiet authority, the kind that doesn't boast, but understands. Their timing, they appear just when you feel stuck, or unsure of your next move. This ally could be a lawyer who truly cares about justice, not just winning. A family member who uncovers a truth buried by someone else. A mentor who sees the pattern and gives you the key. Even someone from your past returning with information they didn't share before. What matters is not who they are, but what they represent. Capricorn, you've spent much of your life relying on your own strength. And it's admirable. It's sacred. But this time, the universe is saying, you've done enough. Let someone else help carry this next part. This person has no agenda. They're not here to take, they're here to restore. And their role in your story? It's not just practical. It's karmic. They may not even fully understand why they feel so pulled to help you, but they feel it. Because on a soul level, they agreed to assist you long before this lifetime even began. This is the part of the journey where the mountain goat meets a guide on the path. Not to carry you, but to light the hidden trail. Your only job now? Remain open. Don't dismiss unexpected support. Don't overanalyze why someone's suddenly being generous. Because sometimes, Capricorn, help is the final test of trust. Life lesson from this part. The strongest souls don't avoid help, they recognize when the universe is showing up through someone else's hands. Part 6, the 48 to 96 hour window the universe opened. Capricorn, not all moments are equal in time. Some days pass like fog. Others arrive like thunder. This is one of those moments. You're entering what astrologers and mystics call a destiny portal. A rare cosmic window, 48 to 96 hours wide, where truth breaks patterns and buried matters rise to the surface. This isn't just spiritual talk. There's astrology behind it. When Saturn, your ruling planet, forms exact aspects, especially to your natal sun, moon, or north node, it opens energetic corridors. These are times when delays suddenly break. Emails finally arrive. People you haven't heard from in years appear. Information long held back slips through, not by mistake, but by divine force. And what makes this 48 to 96 hour period different is that you're not the one initiating. You've already done your part. Now, the universe is moving toward you. Maybe you'll receive a message, a call from a legal office, a stranger mentioning a name you haven't heard in years, an old envelope found by accident, or an intuitive dream so vivid, you wake up knowing it was more than a dream. Capricorn, this is the cracking open of the sealed vault. You don't need to push. You only need to stay present, grounded, and aware. This short portal isn't about stress. It's about synchronicity. The kind that rearranges timelines. The kind that confirms, yes, you were always meant to receive this. Let me be clear. You're not waiting on luck. You're standing in front of a door the universe just unlocked. The only thing you must do now is walk through it when the sign arrives. You'll know. It won't be subtle. And your body, not your mind, will recognize it. Life lesson from this part. You don't have to chase what's divinely aligned. You just have to be ready when it arrives, because it always does. Part 7, the documents that were meant for you. Capricorn, we need to talk about something tangible now. Documents. Paper. Signatures. Legal proof. Not just symbolism, but something that was written, filed, sealed, and not delivered to you. Because somewhere in the past, maybe years ago, a document with your name on it was either misplaced intentionally, signed without your knowledge, edited at the last minute, or worst of all, never shown to you at all. Maybe it was a will. Maybe it was a contract, a payout, a settlement. Maybe it was a property agreement, an inheritance clause, a family business record. Something that could have changed the course of your financial life. But it didn't. Why? Because someone made sure it didn't reach your hands. And the cruelest part? They knew. They knew exactly what they were doing. But they thought you'd never question it, because Capricorn doesn't like to cause trouble. Because Capricorn respects the system. Because Capricorn will work hard and earn it again anyway. But what they never considered is that the system is now correcting itself. Capricorn, the very papers that were once withheld, are circulating again. They may not look the same. They may be reprinted, reissued, renamed. But the energy is the same. This was always meant to be in your hands. And it may arrive now through a lawyer finally discovering what was missing, a title company reaching out about a correction, an estate process being reopened, an institution admitting their mistake, or a person confessing what they once hid. This is no longer about whether you deserve it. You do. This is about whether you're ready to receive it with clarity, not bitterness. With strength, not revenge. Because this isn't just about the document. This is about the acknowledgement that your name should have been on it, that your voice should have been part of it, that your energy was always tied to it. Life lesson from this part. When the truth finally arrives in your hands, hold it with the strength of someone who earned it and the grace of someone who never needed to steal it. Part 8, the karma hidden in this case. Capricorn, you've heard the phrase, what goes around, comes around. But you, of all signs, understand that karma isn't always loud. It's not always public. And it doesn't always arrive on our timeline. But when it does, it's precise, surgical, final. And in your case, it's here. This situation you've been tied to, this withheld document, this legal delay, this secret someone buried, it's never just been about law. It's been about energy. Because energy leaves fingerprints. And Capricorn, the universe has been tracking everything. Every decision they made to leave you out. Every email they didn't send. Every dollar they didn't split fairly. Every meeting they forgot to invite you to. And most of all, every opportunity they pretended didn't involve you. They thought they were hiding a situation. But what they were really doing was writing their karma. And now, that karma is maturing. Right on Saturn's schedule. Saturn, your ruling planet, is not just the lord of time. He's the keeper of cosmic justice. He doesn't punish. He corrects. And when a Capricorn has been wronged for too long, Saturn becomes unstoppable. Here's what you need to understand. This legal revelation It's not just a resolution. It's a spiritual verdict. It's the balancing of scales that were tilted in their favor, but never truly stable. And it's the universe saying, no more delay. The debt is due. But here's the beauty. Capricorn doesn't seek revenge. Capricorn seeks restoration. So this karma isn't about taking anyone down, it's about lifting you up to the position you were always meant to hold. It's about returning what was taken, revealing what was hidden, repairing what was broken, reclaiming what was denied. And most importantly, it's about clearing your lineage. Because this energy didn't just begin with you. It may have come from generations before. Patterns of silence, of loss, of being the last to receive. But you were born to be the one who ends it. This case, this situation, is bigger than you think. Because when your balance is restored, so is your bloodlines. Life lesson from this part. Karma isn't punishment, it's precision. And when it finally arrives, it doesn't just balance the past, it builds the future. Part 9, the financial shift you were meant to receive. Capricorn, let's speak clearly now, not in riddles, not in metaphors. This isn't just a spiritual correction. It's a financial breakthrough. And it's been waiting for you. For years, maybe even decades, you've felt the pressure. Always having to earn everything twice. Always being the backup plan for others. Always doing more, while receiving less. And when something did come your way, it was often barely enough, or too delayed to feel like a win. But here's what most people never understood about you. You don't just work for money. You work for freedom, stability, legacy. And the universe knows that. That's why what's coming now isn't luck. It's a release of what was withheld. Capricorn, this legal revelation is connected to something material. A settlement. A release of funds. An unblocked account. A business opportunity. A property or land ownership. A debt being repaid. Or even a sudden removal of an obstacle that's been financially draining you. It may not all arrive at once. But the energy is in motion now, and it's unstoppable. And what's crucial is this. You're not just receiving money. You're receiving proof. That your labor, your sacrifices, your unshakable integrity, meant something. For a Capricorn, that's more valuable than gold. You are entering a season where you no longer have to justify what you're worth. You will own it, contractual, spiritually, publicly. But don't expect applause from everyone. Some will fall silent when your compensation arrives. Because your rise will reflect their past silence, their betrayal, their smallness. Let them sit with that. Your job now is to receive with clarity. Save wisely. Invest intentionally. Celebrate privately. And above all, don't feel guilty for what was always yours. This is not a blessing out of nowhere. This is a restoration. The universe is simply catching up to you. Life lesson from this part. When financial justice arrives, receive it not with surprise, but with the quiet knowing that it was always part of your plan. Part 10, protecting what's rightfully yours. Capricorn, receiving is only the first half of the miracle. Protecting it, that's where your true mastery begins. You've waited. You've suffered in silence. You've earned this breakthrough. But now, something subtle happens. When blessings arrive, so do opportunists. There will be people, maybe even family, who suddenly become friendly. People who once dismissed your concerns now want to reconnect. People who gaslit your intuition now act like they always believed you. And some won't say a word, but will quietly start watching everything you do. This is not paranoia. This is energetic awareness. Because what is rightfully yours will now carry magnetic power. It draws in attention, admiration, and occasionally, manipulation. So what must you do? You must be exactly what you were born to be. A guardian of structure. A master of boundaries. A builder who doesn't waste bricks. Capricorn, here's your spiritual instruction for this season of restoration. Don't overshare. The world doesn't need to know how much you've received, only that you've risen. Don't explain yourself. You don't need to justify what's karmically and legally yours. Don't rush to give back to those who never gave to you. Compassion doesn't mean self-sacrifice. Review every contract, every agreement, and every new proposal with calm clarity. When in doubt, wait. Ask again. Consult someone you trust. Because the moment you let guilt in, you risk giving away the power that was just returned. And this is what they don't tell you about success. It's not hard to get. It's hard to protect in a world that watched you suffer and preferred you stayed quiet. But you are no longer the quiet one in the background. You are the rightful heir to everything you built and everything they tried to bury. This phase is not about fear. It's about fortification. So build walls where you once had wounds. Seal your gates with discernment. And move in silence, like the mountain goat that climbs alone, but sees the entire mountain. Life lesson from this part. Protecting your gain is not selfish, it's sacred. Because what was once denied is now divine proof of who you truly are. Part 11, the empire you're meant to build after this. Capricorn, now that the truth has been revealed. Now that the documents are surfacing, and the energy is clearing. Now that justice has finally landed in your hands. The question becomes, what will you do with it? Because this isn't just about receiving. It's about rebuilding. But not from survival. From vision. You see, many people think Capricorns climb mountains just to prove they can. But that's not true. You climb because you're meant to build something at the top. Something that outlives you. Something that creates structure for others who come after. And now that the chains of injustice have been broken, now that you're no longer operating under suppression, secrecy, or scarcity, you are finally being handed something even more powerful than legal documents. A blank slate. Capricorn, what will your legacy look like now that no one else is writing it? Will it be a new business built on truth and integrity? A home, a safe space, a foundation for your family, a cause, a movement, a voice for those who are still being silenced? Or maybe, a quiet, peaceful life where no one ever controls your path again? Whatever form it takes, understand this. The resources, the clarity, the power that have arrived are not random. They are tools. And you, more than any other sign, know how to use them. But here's the sacred secret. The universe didn't just want you to win. It wanted you to build something from that win. Something that couldn't be stolen, hidden, or erased again. This isn't about revenge. It's about reconstruction. The kind of empire that stands even when others fall. Not made of gold, but of wisdom, truth, and earned authority. Capricorn, your leadership begins where others would stop. Where most people say, I finally got mine. You say, now let's build something that no one can bury ever again. Life lesson from this part. Justice gives you back your voice. But purpose tells you how to use it, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. Part 12, Emotional Justice, Healing What Was Silenced. Capricorn, let's talk about the part no legal system can touch. The part no court can restore. The emotional damage done when truth is hidden. When you're excluded from decisions that deeply affected you. And when your voice is treated as optional. Because while the world will soon see the external breakthrough, they won't see the emotional weight you carried to get here. The silence. The inner doubt. The feeling that maybe you weren't good enough, smart enough, worthy enough. The nights you blamed yourself for not catching the lie sooner. The moments you replayed conversations, wondering what you missed. That, Capricorn, is the real wound. And now that justice is being served on paper, it's time for something deeper. Emotional justice. This part of the healing isn't about anyone else. It's about you forgiving yourself. For staying too long in rooms you weren't respected in. For trusting people who wore masks. For thinking that hard work alone would protect you. Because the truth is, it wasn't your fault. You were never naive. You were loyal. You were responsible. You were loving in ways they didn't know how to receive. And now, your soul needs space to finally exhale. Let the weight fall. Let the need to be strong soften. Let the anger leave your bones. Let the grief release itself in waves, not guilt. Because you are safe now. You don't have to be on high alert anymore. The danger has passed. The illusion has cracked. The documents, the people, The patterns, they've been exposed. What remains is you. The real you. The healed you. The you who no longer needs to prove anything. Let this moment be your internal ceremony. A quiet reclaiming of your power. A sacred return to your voice. A farewell to the pain that was never yours to carry. Life lesson from this part. True justice is more than a ruling, it's the moment your heart no longer bleeds from what was buried. Closing, the revelation is breaking free because you're finally ready. Capricorn, if you've made it to this point, take a deep breath. Not just to relax, but to remember who you truly are. You were never crazy for sensing something was off. You were never wrong for trusting your gut. You weren't weak for staying silent. You were strategic. You were patient. And now, the universe has declared, it's time. The revelation that was buried through signatures, silence, shame, or manipulation is breaking free not just because the world changed, but because you did. You evolved. You released. You held your dignity. You passed the soul test that others failed when they chose fear and greed. This breakthrough was never denied to you. It was delayed until your spirit was strong enough to carry it not with rage, but with wisdom. You're not just being handed justice. You're being handed leadership. The chance to take what was stolen and transform it into something indestructible. Capricorn, what's next will not feel like a rush. It will feel like a return. A realignment with your path, your power, and your higher self. From this point on, you don't just survive. You create. You build. You lead. On your terms. With no one above you, and nothing buried beneath you. Let this message echo in your life over the next days and weeks. You will begin to see confirmation, real, physical signs that this truth is unfolding. Watch for the letter, the name, the call, the number, the knowing, because it's no longer coming. It has already begun. If this message unlocked something deep in your spirit, subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed, because you're not alone in this. Type in the comments, justice delayed is justice doubled. And remember, you didn't find this message by accident. It found you because you were finally ready to receive it.